online.
We are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my live.
Step into the future, the time is now.
The time is
Dream
now.
big, stand tall, we'll show you how. It's your story, your destiny. So will online.
We live differently.
In a world where the hustle never ends, we chose a path where family blends. Freedom to grow.
Come on into the live, guys.
Building brighter tomorrows today. We rise, we shine, we make it our own.
We're rocking it out today.
Success from seeds we've sown. Together we thrive, chasing destiny.
So well online, we live differently.
Balance and purpose, it's all in your hands. You're shaping a life that truly understands. From passion to power, we light the spark. Building dreams where there once was dark.
Hi Noodles, thanks for joining the live.
The future is clear, a digital life that brings joy near. For moms, for families, we pave the way. So Will Online is here to stay. We rise, we shine, we make it our own. Creating success from seeds we've sown. Together we thrive, chasing destiny.
So well online, we live differently. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for joining this live. Listen, guys, if I said it wasn't a challenge today, I'd be lying. And I actually chose this topic just because of how I was feeling. I was in an awesome mood for most of the day. And then I got some not so good news that really, really, really deflated me, really knocked the air out of me. And I didn't want to come live. I was actually struggling. I was saying to myself, no, I can skip. Hi, Sherry. Thanks for joining. I was actually saying to myself, you know what? I'm not going to go live today. But I said, Suzette, you promised yourself that you're going to do this. So you have to do this. So I'm talking to you today about performing through adversity. What that means for an entrepreneur, right? So it's really great to be back live. I'm happy I decided to do it. It just took me to make a small action to actually be here. And I'm glad that I did. Right. So let's talk about performing through adversity. So we all face challenges, whether it's in our personal lives or our businesses. You can just drop in the comments if you've ever had to if you've ever had to push through, like if you've ever had to face any sort of adversity and you've had to really push through a tough time just to keep going. Let me know in the comments, guys. So Facebook, if you're joining me live, thank you so much. Let me know where you're watching me from as well. If you catch the replay, I still want you to let me know that you're watching the replay, and let me know in the comments if you've ever had to push through any sort of tough time in order to keep going. So that's what the topic is about today. And I also want to share a little bit of inspiration from my book that I'm reading. If you watched me live yesterday, I told you guys that I'm reading The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. And it's really been a thought provoking read. And there's the story in chapter 1 that really struck me today as well. Right? So the book talks about an entrepreneur who was at the top of her game, and she's wildly successful, but then she had her entire business stolen from her, like just stolen out from under her, right? So can you imagine that? Like, can you imagine, building a business, being at the height of your success, living the life, and then all of a sudden, boom, someone takes that away from you, right? So you basically go from such a high to just hitting rock bottom. So she was very distraught, and it really put her in a dark place, even to the brink of suicide. But here's the twist. So her mom had given her a ticket to a conference, and that's something that she normally would never have considered. As a matter of fact, when she was at the top of her game, she would consider that people who went to those type of things were like, like, why are you going to these kind of things? You have everything you need inside of you, type of thing, right? So it's something that she would have never considered doing. But she was feeling completely lost. So she decided to just take a chance and go. And I haven't finished the book yet, guys. I just started reading the book, and this was the first chapter. But I have a very strong feeling that this decision was her turning point. It just reminds us really that even in our lowest of lowest moments, it reminds us that even in our lowest of lowest moments, just making one brave choice can change everything. So it's just like I said here today, I was feeling so low, I was feeling so distraught, I was feeling deflated. I really didn't feel like coming here live today, but I just made the choice, and I got up, and I got my phone out, and I set everything up, and now here I am, doing my live for the second day in a row successfully, and feeling quite good about it, because now I'm really achieving something that I set my mind to. So this story is like so relevant, to what entrepreneurs generally experience, right? When the going gets tough, whether you are suffering losses, experiencing failure, or just not reaching our goals, you know, it can feel overwhelming. Unlike when you're an employee, where the challenges are shared with a team or with the organization, as a business owner, the weight falls entirely upon you, right? So the weight falls entirely upon us as business owners. Whereas if you're an employee, it is shared with your team or with the organization, right? So it's like it's our dream, our investment, and sometimes even our survival that is at stake. But adversity also has this unique ability to push us to places of growth where we never imagined. There's a saying, it says necessity is the mother of invention, and I think I can apply it here. When it becomes necessary, what did they say, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going, right? So a lot of times when we face adversity, it really brings out that capability that is deep within us and really pushes us to grow. So how do we keep performing when the challenges feel so insurmountable, right? So I'm just going to share with you guys a few lessons that I've learned. I just want to share. So number one would be to find your conference moment. Like the entrepreneur in the book, sometimes we need to like step out of our norm, step out of our comfort zone, and just into something new, right? So a conference, a book, find a mentor, like anything that can offer a fresh perspective. Sometimes that's really all that you need. You need to have a fresh way of looking at things, right? Uh, so yeah, your conference moment. Like guys, I'm enjoying this book so far. So find your conference moment. What is that one thing that you can do differently? Right? Something that you've never thought of doing that you can do. And secondly, you wanna, look at your failures as a lesson. So reframe your failures as lessons. So every setback is a chance to learn. So you just have to ask yourself, what is this teaching me? So whenever you have a setback, sit down and think about it for a moment, and ask yourself, like, what am I learning here? What is this teaching me? Right? Then, of course, you want to take small intentional steps. So progress doesn't have to be huge. you can just focus on the next right thing. It's like they would say you don't have to see the full staircase. I like referring to these things. You don't have to see the full staircase. Just take small steps. They always say slow progress is better than no progress, right? So you focus on the next thing, no matter how small that is, and do it, right? You have to work on your mindset, build a resilient mindset. So remember, adversity doesn't mean defeat. It's just the universe's way of testing how much you really want what you're striving for. Let's look at it that way. If you really want what you're striving for, a little setback is not going to stop you. So build a resilient mindset. And remember that just because you're challenged or you face some sort of adversity, it doesn't mean that you failed. Don't let it defeat you, right? So, when I read the first chapter of that book, the 5 a.m. Club, like I was saying, that story really reminded me of my own challenges in business. There have been moments where I felt like giving up. There have been moments where I felt like nothing was going my way. But every time I faced those moments, I really found something. I found a reason to keep going. And for me, it's always been my family. It's always been my family, and always been the vision that I have for my future, right? That really keeps me grounded even when the storms hit. So, yes, I would want to say when faced with adversity, remember your why, remember your purpose, remember the reason why you're doing what you do, the reason why you decided to become an entrepreneur, the reason why you're building the business that you're building. So, guys, I'd really love to hear from you. Thank you guys for joining me on TikTok. If you're on Facebook, thank you so much. YouTube, LinkedIn, thank you for watching. I'd love to hear from you. Do you have a conference moment? Let's call it that. What's your conference moment? What's what's something that you have done, or what's a decision that you've made that has helped to push you through adversity? Drop it in the comments, guys. Drop it in the comments and let's inspire each other because we're all in this together, right? Fairy Tat, thanks for joining the live. Where are you watching from? What we're doing, I want you to drop in the comments right now. What is something that you've done? What is a decision that you've made that has helped you push through adversity? Because we all in life, in business, face some sort of adversity at some point. How do you get through it? What have you done? What has been your conference moment? What has been that thing that you have done differently in order to get out of that? If you're feeling stuck right now, like at this moment, remember that just one brave decision could be your breakthrough. Maybe it's showing up for lives like I am today. Like I said, guys, I really didn't think I was gonna do this, but maybe that's your conference moment. Maybe it's showing up for lives like this. Maybe it's joining a community. Maybe it's picking up a book like the 5 a.m. Club, right? But all in all, adversity is never easy, but it is a necessary part of the journey. So I'm gonna check in on comments and see if I have any comments from anyone right now. Who's watching? Where are you watching from? Hi, Ophelia. Happy New Year to you, sis. Nice to see you. I think I saw that you got an award. You got an award at your workplace. I think I remember seeing that. So congratulations, Ophelia. It was nice to see that. Thank you for tuning in. All right. Sherry on TikTok, thanks for tuning in as well. So, guys, adversity is a necessary part of the journey. It shapes us, it strengthens us, and it prepares us for the success that lies ahead. And as we navigate 2025 together, like I'm going to be here every day, guys. I promise you that. As we navigate 2025 together, let's just remember that even when the going gets tough, we're tougher. Okay? We're tougher. Okay? So I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I'm absolutely rooting for you. Um, TikTok, sorry, that was a call that was coming through, guys. Sorry about that. Um, yeah, what was I saying? So, you know, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm really rooting for you. I know it's not easy when you're faced with adversity, but just sink your heels in. Sink your heels in and remember that, you're tougher than you think. You are tougher than you think. You are tougher than whatever it is you're having to face. So thanks for tuning in today, and I'm gonna see you guys next time. Keep pushing forward. You've got this. You know what? I'm not gonna leave just like that. I'm loving my theme song, guys. So let's go from the beginning. Let's play that song from the beginning, right?
Step into the future, the time is now. Dream big, stand
I wonder if I'm
tall,
ever gonna
we'll
learn these
show you
lyrics.
how. It's your story, your destiny.
So we're online, we live differently.
In a world
Where the hustle never ends, we choose a path where family blends. Freedom to grow, to lead, to play, building brighter tomorrows today.
We rise, we shine, we make it our own.
Hi, Cyril. Thanks for joining the live.
Seeds we've sown, together we thrive,
Chasing destiny. So well online, we live differently.
balance and purpose, it's all in your hands. You're shaping a life
That truly understands. From passion to power, we light the spark.
Building dreams where there once was dark. This is your moment.
The future is clear.
A digital life that
Brings joy near.
For moms, for families, we pave the way.
So well online is here to stay.
We rise, we shine, we make it our own. Creating success from seeds we've sown.
Amazing, guys. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys love my theme song. You're welcome, Ophelia. Thanks for watching. I'm taking my goodbyes.
It's more than a
See ya.
business, it's who we can be. Breaking the mold, setting our spirits free.